We see the headlines about massive lawsuits and market monopolies, but we rarely see the actual mechanics of how they're being fought. This is EconWorks. We look past the talking points to find where law, economics, and markets actually collide. Let's get into it.
Right now, regulators from Washington to Brussels are targeting the massive corporate campuses of the Internet's biggest players, opening a coordinated front of antitrust lawsuits aimed at the core of big tech. For 3 of these giants, the playbook is easy to spot. Apple extracts a mandatory tax from every app developer. Google locks down search defaults on billions of devices. And Amazon manipulates marketplace rankings to prioritize its own products over independent sellers. Then there is Meta. Unlike a hardware ecosystem or a digital storefront, Meta offers a free application built around people voluntarily sharing photos and life updates. Because there are no direct financial taxes levied on everyday users logging in, isolating its anti-competitive behavior requires a different framework. Meta does not control a physical supply chain or a point of sale. Instead, it extracts and manages a highly lucrative, intangible commodity, human attention. In the early days of social media, the architecture of the feed was strictly chronological. It was a level playing field where the only factor determining what you saw next was the exact time a post was published. Today, chronological sorting has been replaced by complex algorithmic ranking. Proprietary software calculates exactly what pieces of content will appear on your screen and the specific hierarchical order they are placed in. This creates a bottleneck. Personal friends, professional influencers, media organizations, and competing platforms are all forced into the same arena, fighting for fractions of a second of that algorithmically distributed attention. By shifting to algorithmic curation, Meta ceases to be a passive hosting service. The company operates as a behavioral gatekeeper, using its sorting mechanics to decide which businesses and creators actually survive in the digital ecosystem. This diagram illustrates how Meta's curation pipeline works, starting with the first mechanical phase, ranking. Before you even open the app, the system runs in the background, assigning hidden numerical scores to sort every potential piece of content you could possibly see. That back-end ranking dictates front-end visibility. The score determines the physical prominence of a post on your screen, whether it's pushed to the very top of your feed or buried dozens of scrolls down. This mathematically calculated visibility is what captures human attention. Prime screen placement practically guarantees that a user will stop and look. Looking at this next flowchart, we can see how that forced attention converts into measurable outcomes. Once a post is visible, it gathers the core engagement metrics that define success: views, likes, shares, and watch time. In this curated pipeline, high engagement numbers are not proof of superior quality. Those numbers are a direct mathematical byproduct of the platform awarding a creator prime placement. This chart reveals the engine behind the algorithmic moat, a continuous feedback loop. The engagement metrics a post receives today are the exact data points the system uses to make its ranking decisions tomorrow. This creates a compounding advantage for incumbents. Because they already have visibility, they harvest massive amounts of likes and watch time, feeding that data back into the machine to secure their top ranking for the next cycle. Now, consider a new competitor trying to break into this established market. This final diagram maps out their trajectory. Without an existing history of platform favor, the new creator is given low reach. That lack of visibility starves them of user interaction, which guarantees low engagement metrics across the board. Before a new entrant can present their product to a wide audience, the feedback loop locks them out. It functions as a structural market barrier, cutting off the engagement data required to survive. In a traditional media market, success is dictated by consumer choice. If a publisher releases a superior magazine or a studio produces a compelling show, audiences gravitate toward it, and the quality product naturally captures market share. The Meta ecosystem operates differently. Here, competitive success is determined by opaque, proprietary distribution rules rather than genuine user preference. This intervention strips economic agency away from both businesses and users. Creators cannot compete on the merits of their work, and users cannot organically discover what they want to see, which raises a regulatory question. Should a private technology operator be permitted to engineer and control how human attention is allocated among competing providers? When an algorithm overrides organic choice to this degree, the platform stops acting as a free market. It operates instead as a privately managed economy. There's a clear historical parallel for this type of digital bottleneck: the antitrust battles against Microsoft in the late 1990s. The core violation in that case was leverage. Microsoft weaponized its dominance over the Windows operating system to dictate which third-party software applications were allowed to succeed on their machines. The mechanics are similar today. Just as Microsoft used OS bundling to suffocate rival software, Meta uses social feed visibility to decide which digital creators and platforms survive. Meta's feed curation algorithm functions as a structural barrier. By controlling the feedback loop between visibility and engagement, the platform creates an environment that rewards incumbents and excludes new competitors.
Thanks for watching. For the deep dive economic analysis behind these stories, join us at econworks.com. Subscribe to stay informed on where law and economics meet the market. We'll see you in the next episode.